Hey everybody, it's Craig with Smartphone Emmy, and today we're going to take a look at one of Samsung's latest, the S8500 Wave. It's a quad-band GSM phone, dual-band 3G, runs on the 900 and 2100 3G bands. Phone weighs in at 118 grams, so it's definitely on the lighter side. Build quality is pretty good too. It's primarily metal here on the back with a little high-grade plastic at the bottom, a little chrome accent around the camera lens, some chrome accents down here on the keys towards the bottom underneath the screen as well, high-grade plastic. So build quality is pretty good. Phone feels great in your hand, and it's small enough that it fits in your pocket real easily. Put it up next to the Droid Incredible. You can see it's just a little bit shorter, a little bit narrower, and just a hair thinner. Take a quick look around the phone. On the bottom is the microphone. On the left-hand side is the volume rocker. On top is the speaker, 3.5mm headphone jack, and the micro USB port, which has a little door on top, which makes it easy to access and also protects it as well. On the right hand side is your lock and unlock key, as well as a dedicated camera key. On the back of the phone is a 5-megapixel camera with autofocus, LED flash, offers geotagging, face, smile, and blink detection, image stabilization, and touch focus. Camera shoots video at 720p at 30 frames per second, and the flash acts as a video light while shooting video. Underneath the battery cover is a 1500 milliamp battery, the SIM card slot, as well as the micro SD card slot. The battery needs to be removed to access the micro SD card slot. On the front of the phone, in the upper right hand corner, right here, you've got a front-facing VGA camera for video calls. Below that, you've got a 3.3-inch Super AMOLED capacitive touch display showing 480 by 800 pixels. Has an accelerometer sensor, offers multi-touch, has a proximity sensor. The screen itself is scratch resistant. It offers handwriting recognition and has smart lock. Below the screen you have 3 physical keys. You have the end and power key, the main menu key, and a call key. The phone itself has 1.5 gigabytes of internal storage, 390 megabytes of RAM. Memory can be expanded an additional 32 gigabytes through micro SD cards. Phone has Wi-Fi B, G, and N, can be used as a Wi-Fi hotspot, can tether up to 3 devices simultaneously, has Bluetooth version 3 with A2DP, offers AGPS and Samsung's mobile navigation and digital compass. The phone runs on an ARM Cortex A8 1 GHz processor, and the operating system is Samsung's Bada. Let's take a little closer look at the TouchWiz 3.0 user interface on the Samsung Wave. One of the things I thought was pretty cool from the startup screen, you'll notice there's a little puzzle piece here with an envelope and a number 3 on it and a little place where it's missing from the picture. Simply drag it over, and without having to unlock the screen, it takes you directly to messaging. Also works if you've got if you're playing some music, you'll also see a little DVD player slide down. The other thing that I liked is it's called Smart Lock. You can swipe the screen in any direction to unlock the phone. It doesn't have to be specifically in one particular direction to get it to work. So I think that's pretty cool. I thought that was something to pass along and something I really liked about the phone. All right, if you're not familiar with Samsung's TouchWiz 3.0 user interface, it's very similar to Android. You're going to have a number of panels, up to 10 panels on the Wave that you can customize with widgets, with the Samsung widgets. To add a widget, simply tap on where it says widget up here in the upper left-hand corner. The widgets that are available will be down here at the bottom. Simply tap on one, you'll see it appear on the screen. You can hit done. If you want to reposition it, simply keep your finger down. You'll feel haptic feedback, or the box lights up, and then drag it where you'd like it. To remove it, or in fact the panel itself, you notice we have 5 panels now. Simply tap on widget again, hold down on the widget until it either haptic feedback or lights up, and it's removed. By turning the phone in landscape mode, you'll get this view, and you'll notice we've got a little red dash. Tapping on that will remove that screen. Turn the phone back up in portrait, hit done, and now we have only 4 panels. To add a panel, very simply, just add a new widget. And let's take our calendar back and put our calendar in. You can see we now have 5 panels. By adding that in, we put in a new widget. So that's how the user interface works as far as the panels, and again, you can have up to 10. There's a notification bar up at the top, similar to what you'd see on Android phones. Simply swiping it down will open it up. You've got a little connectivity manager shortcut for Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. You have a shortcut for silent, and then you have your notifications underneath that. It tells you how many you can hit clear to get rid of them. Simply tapping on one will take you directly to the application. Take a look at the main menu, and there are 3 panels to start with. I'm guessing as you add applications, it'll add more panels if you fill them up. To rearrange application icons, simply tap on Edit, grab the application icon you want to move, slide it to where you'd like it, let go, hit Done, and you're finished. Pretty simple. On the home screen, or actually on all the panels down at the bottom, you have 3 application shortcut icons that you can customize as well. Again, we'll go back into the main menu, hit Edit. Let's say we want to move Twitter to where messaging is, so we'll take messaging and slide it up. We'll take Twitter and slide it down. We'll hit Done. Go back to the panels, and you'll notice at the bottom of each panel, you're now going to have that Twitter application shortcut. So that gives you kind of a look at the user interface and how it works as far as that's concerned. One of the other things I wanted to show you is in messaging, a little shortcut that I figured out. And we're going to add a message, and we'll make it call Mark. Now, for punctuation, you can see that we have one way to access numbers and punctuation. The other thing you can do is simply hold down on the space bar. You see a little row pop up with punctuation on it. You can either move your finger through the space bar to highlight the punctuation you'd like to use, or simply slide your finger up to it. We just threw in a comma. So that's a real easy way to add punctuation, and those are the symbols that are available from the space bar. So I wanted you to take a look at that. Take a look at YouTube real quick, because I'm sure with this quality of a screen you're going to want to watch videos. I don't know what we're going to watch, but we'll fire it up and see how it goes. Sorry for the fingerprints. Anyway, it looks great on the screen with a digital camera at the resolution I have it on. It actually picks up the pixelation on the screen because it's a much higher resolution. But you get a lot of sound out of the little speaker up here at the top. One of the things that I found amusing is on this phone, if you want to turn the volume all the way up on the ringer, it goes up to 7. If you want to turn the volume all the way up on the media player, it goes up to 14. I don't know what happened to 10, but somehow it got lost over in TouchWiz. All right, let's take a quick look also at the internet, since we've got it here. And again, the YouTube application is simply an internet application. It's not a proprietary YouTube application. We'll fire up Smartphone Envy, take a quick look at that. And again, I'm running it over Wi-Fi, but again, it has a 1 gigahertz processor, so it moves right along. I'm not crazy about the scrolling, and I know you don't want my personal opinion, but it's not as flowing as I'm used to on a lot of the phones that are out there today. It does have multi-touch, and you can also use double tap to zoom in, double tap, or you can use multi-touch. Both of them work. Let's take a look at another site. Quick look at the New York Times. Almost fully loaded. There we go. So now we've got the New York Times. One of the things I noticed is the text is awfully small when you go to an article. It's not bad on the front page, but let's go to this article and take a look, and let me show you what I mean. And again, if you're young, you have great eyes, you're not going to care anyway. But for us oldsters, alright, so there's the article. If I double tap to zoom in, that's as large as it gets, which isn't very large. Now, obviously I can multi-touch to make it larger, but it doesn't paginate it so that it fits back in the screen itself, in the window. So, a little irked by that, but for the most part it's WebKit browser, so it works real well. One other thing I wanted to show you, the phone does multitask. Holding down the menu key will bring up the applications that are currently running, and tapping on one will take you directly to it. Anyway, there's a quick look at the user interface on the Samsung S8500 Wave. I hope that's been helpful. Take care.